Welcome to the Muskegon channel. It's Andy O'Reilly, and today I am out in front of Tanglewood over on Seminole Road. I've got Erin Murphy and Tim Breed with me. They are from the Alzheimer's Association, and it's getting to be about that time again. It's time for the Walk to End Alzheimer's, which is coming up down at Heritage Landing on September 22nd. It's a great event. I can't believe you couldn't find a better MC for it. I mean, you must be scraping the bottom of the barrel if you got me coming down there to be the MC. Tim, Erin, thanks for coming by to take a couple of minutes. First of all, I got to apologize to the Alzheimer's Association. The last few years, when you guys bring in Dr. Giordani, I always get the scoop. I always want to tell everybody that he's coming because this guy's like a rock star when it comes to Alzheimer's. And he comes here to Tanglewood. I was sick, and I missed the interview to talk about his appearance this year, and I feel bad.
But Andy, you know, it was a wonderful evening at Research Night.
Yeah.
Had a great audience, and they were fully engaged. Bruno does a great job of taking everything that's at a major scientific level and bringing it down to the layperson level.
Dumb it down for me.
Myself as well. I can understand it as well. And so we had probably in the range of 70 to 80 people that were there.
That's a good turnout.
Evening. They had questions for him during and after, and he was nice enough to stay around for it. So by all indications, we will see him again next year.
Good. Well, I owe you one for that one. To promote Dr. Giordani. And I understand you're new.
I am.
Fresh face. I love young upstarts. I love to break them in.
It's great.
We'll teach you how all these interviews are supposed to go, and from now on, anything you do media-wise, if they don't do as good as this, you can walk out of there going, man, I'll set the standard for you.
Okay, perfect.
Right. Perfect. So let's talk about the walk. How long has this been going on in Muskegon?
You know, I believe it was in the early 2000s when we started the walk, and over the years, some of it is weather dependent, but we've continued to grow that walk. Last year had just an outstanding turnout. This year, we're looking for, hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yeah.
But looking to get a good turnout down at Heritage Landing coming up on the 22nd, and it is, and Erin will chime in on this as well. Nationally, it is like the largest walk that any organization conducts. So we've got our own here in Muskegon, one in Ludington that Erin's also responsible for, but we're a part of, I think it's over 600 walks that happen nationally.
Which is busy season for you.
Yes, absolutely.
All
so walks are going on throughout the rest of the month and into October as well, and so we are, like Tim said, one of over 600 walks that are going on across the country to raise awareness and financial money, obviously, for for the Alzheimer's Association, helping with research, care, and support. So
talk now. I want to find out, because you're awful young and you may not have had a story to tell of Alzheimer's yet. Do you have a personal experience yet?
I do, yes. So my grandfather passed away in 2007 from the disease, so definitely have a close cause connection on
it's
my
sad.
family as well. Yes.
It's hard to watch too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tim, you?
My mother-in-law, who was diagnosed with dementia. We don't know for sure that it was actually Alzheimer's, and I want to clarify, dementia is kind of the general umbrella term that we use, and underneath that you'll find Alzheimer's, you'll find dementia with Lewy bodies, you'll find a variety of different types of dementia, Alzheimer's being the most prevalent one. Probably 60 to 70% of the individuals with dementia, it will be Alzheimer's that's the culprit.
And I bring it up and I ask because this is one of these things, like cancer or we all have a story sooner or later that we're affected by this. My grandfather, I remember back to when just before we lost him at 98, he was asking my dad, where do I find Pete? And Pete's my dad. And my dad's like, well, I'm Pete. And he goes, no, Pete's just a little fellow like this. And it's like, no, so that's the kind of thing people face, and that's the kind of thing that you're working to fight and find a cure for and find treatment for and all that other kind of stuff.
I mean, at this point, Andy, there is no cure. No. There is no treatment. It is a progressive, fatal disease of the brain. And at some point, it will create so much damage with the communications within the brain that memory begins to be affected, vital organs begin to be affected. If the neurons aren't connecting to each other, if the messages aren't getting through, your brain isn't going to tell you to eat, to breathe, for your heart to keep beating. So it is a progressive, fatal disease of which there is no cure at this point.
Scary stuff. Yeah. So we do what we can to raise awareness. We do what we can to raise a few bucks. And instead of everything being a dirge and a dread and all that, we try to put a little fun into it.
Yes.
And we try to make it a community group effort. Tell me about the walk that we're going to have on the 22nd down at Heritage Landing.
Yeah, absolutely. So check-in and registration will start at 9:30 and the walk will begin at 10:30. So during that time we will have a lot of different things going on. We'll have a couple of our sponsors have tables giving information.
Sure.
We'll be giving from the Alzheimer's Association information about the programs that we're offering, how to get involved with Clinical Trial Match to help with those efforts to find a cure and find treatments, as well as just different opportunities to volunteer, advocacy efforts, all of that as well. So,
is it too late to register to be a part of the walk?
Nope, absolutely not. We'll be running registration even up until the day of. So
really?
If you want to just show up on Saturday morning, you can
sign
register.
up right there.
Yep, sign up then, bring donations, cash, check, credit card, anything. So.
Is this one of these events where it's like an individual or a team or a family type thing, or is it one of these things where the teams? Is it a solemn event, or is it one of these things where the teams try to have some fun with it? Do they show up in costume? Do they have a theme? How do they do it?
Yeah, well, purple's our signature color, so a lot of people will dress to the nines covered in purple, making themselves purple.
Sure.
So that's definitely a big one. We do have opportunities both for individuals to participate on their own as well as in the team setting. So getting friends and family together, whether it's that or an organization, your business coming together to create a team, anything along those lines.
And the walk, what are we talking about here? How long?
I think it's about 2 miles, so definitely there's usually a shorter route, that sort of thing.
So you got a golf cart for me?
Yeah.
You can just see me on a 2-mile walk. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Somebody call the ambulance. Andy's out walking again. Oh boy! But it's a short walk. It really is, and it's not that hard to do. What's the average donor raise? I mean, I know anything is helpful, but is there like an average? I mean, is there a number that they kind of hit?
I'm not necessarily sure about an average. We tend to suggest $100 for a participant. That will get you a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we also have Grand Champion and Champion levels as well. So that will get you about $500 or $1,000 per participant. There's different incentive levels as well. And all of that's available online at alz.org.
Yeah, we'll link it up right here.
Yeah.
So that's cool stuff too. Local sponsors, do you have anybody in on that helps out with this kind of thing big, or?
I don't know who we have in the way of local sponsors.
We'll find out.
We'll
find them out. They'll all be linked up. Yeah, that's all there is to it. I got you guys on the spot though.
Yep.
That's right.
She's new. We got to break her.
Yeah, I do.
So that's the first thing we need to look at. But, to underscore something that you touched on, though, in terms of the teams and the individuals, I think, yes, it does raise money. Yes, it does raise awareness. But it also sends a signal that the people who are struggling with the disease and their caregivers are not alone.
That's the big
All
one.
they have to do is look around, and they are going to realize there are a lot of people in that same situation. There's a lot of support and a lot of camaraderie. I think it's just so important for people to understand they don't have to face this alone. We hear that a lot. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn. I felt like I was the only one dealing with it, and the truth of the matter is totally the opposite.
Yep.
There are so many people that are struggling with this, and a lot of it is on the caregiver's shoulder to be able to take care of that parent or that grandparent or that spouse. And so if nothing else, it would be good for people to come out to see how this works and to realize in this community there are a lot of people that are all in that same situation.
And I'm just going to give you the camera from now on because that's where I was going to go after.
Oh, good. Okay. I peeked at your notes, Andy.
Tim steals the show. I'm big on groups. I really am. My past is one with little alcoholism in it, and I wouldn't be where I am today had it not been for that group of support and people around me. So I'm big on that with any kind of healing. I'm big on that with any kind of medicine. I'm big on that with any kind of thing where people feel really overwhelmed and like the world's against them. I think when they know that there are others that struggle as well with anything, that's a key thing. But you really did just steal my whole so.
Thank you. I'll expect a little cut of the,
you got it. All the money we're bringing in, we're going to send you a cut. You bet.
Thank you.
It's the 22nd of September. It's down at Heritage Landing. There's going to be music and there's going to be all kinds of stuff down there. So it'll be an event. Make sure you come down. If you're not walking in it, just come down and cheer them on. If you know somebody that's walking in it, dig into the couch, look under the cushions. There's some change underneath there. I'm sure you could find $5 or $10 to help out. It all goes to a fantastic cause, the Alzheimer's Association. All the links are going to be right here on the Muskegon channel. I'll give you an A+ for your first big appearance here, Tim.
Yay.
Pleasure to have you on board as well. September
you.
22nd down at Heritage Landing. Be a part of the walk to end Alzheimer's, and all the details are right here on the Muskegon channel.